yesterday we completed about 50%, right? About Nelson Mandela. He tells about inauguration function where he conducted, they celebrate that. They celebrated it in amphitheater. Amphitheater means there is a hall that doesn't have roof. And from there he spoke everything we discussed yesterday, right now. And he tells that we can practice to hate others, but we cannot love. Love is coming from the bottom of our heart. It is very genuine. But hateness is not like that. That is not genuine. We are practicing to hate others. When at the time of the war, India and Pakistan, you hate some of the we hate Pakistan. We know Pakistan people. Did they do anything against us? Even though we feel. So, by hearing the things, incidents, automatically the hateness rises up in our mind. But love is not like that. Sania Mirza married a Pakistani. Right now, love sprouted up. We don't want to discuss that. Now see, come to the point here. Okay, it is telling that love is not artificial. Okay, in life every man has two obligations. Please underline that. In life every man has two obligations. Underline that, very important point. In life every man has twin obligations. Twin obligations means two obligations. Obligations to his family, to his parents, to his wife and children. And he has an obligation to his people, his community, his country. Underline that. Those lines also you please underline. One has twin obligations. One is look at me. Look at my face now. See, what has two obligations? What are those? One is to his family, wife, children. That is one obligation. The next obligation is to his nation. Nation means to people, and to his country. That is the obligations. In a civil and human, that remember that twin obligations. Now only you study. I assure you, you will be asked that question at the time of examination. Definitely will be asked. Every year that is. It's an important question. See, each man is able to fulfill those obligations according to his own inclinations and abilities. But in a country like South Africa, it was almost impossible for a man of my birth and color to fulfill both of those obligations. In South Africa, a man of color who attempted to live as a human being was punished and isolated. He tells that these two obligations are there to his family and to his nation. But in South Africa, it's highly impossible to fulfill these two obligations because that person was born there as a bright-colored man. That is only the reason. He tells like that. If anybody wants to fulfill his obligations, definitely that person will be pushed back to the society or will be isolated and punished. Isolated means being separated. Yes, being separated away from the society. Okay, now one student is isolated in the campus means nobody talks to that particular child. So such a situation was there in South Africa. Who tells us that? Nelson Mandela tells us that. In South Africa, a man who tried to fulfill his duty to his people was inevitably ripped from his family and his home and was forced to live a life apart, a twilight existence of secrecy and rebellion. I did not in the beginning choose to place my people above my family, but in attempting to serve my people, I found that I was prevented from fulfilling my obligations as a son, a brother, a father and a husband. He tells that actually I have also the obligation, but I could not fulfill that. Why I could not fulfill that? The reason is only one thing. As I am a South African person, I could not fulfill the obligation to my family. I have a son, I have a father, I have a brother, I have a sister. Understood or not? Somebody thinks that Joby John sir has a sister, a brother. Not like that. Not I. Nelson Mandela, he has a sister, he has a brother, he has a father, he has a mother, he has children, he has wife. As a man, he has the obligation to his family, but he was unable to fulfill that because he was highly forced to fulfill the obligation to his nation. Understood or not? As the South Africa has no freedom, he was forced to join for the freedom movement. That time he did not have the time to serve. He tells that in this article he tells that if anybody wants to fulfill his obligation to his nation, that person should be taken away from the family. Understood or not? Should be taken away from the family. They have no time to. At present also we know the politicians. Politicians, they don't have time to. No, I speak about the genuine politicians. Okay, not about the thieves. I tell about the genuine politicians. They don't have the time to spend with his family. Spend the time with his wife as well as his children. Because he is highly alert about the society and running back of the poor people to secure their life. Correct or not? Correct or not? I tell about genuine politicians. It is very difficult to see in our nation now. I think so. Genuine politicians. Is there or not? We don't know. We have to search for that. Okay, see. It is a situation. He tells that a person has to be isolated and has to be taken away. That is the situation there. I was not born. I was not born with the hunger to be free. I was born free. Free in every way that I could know. Free to run in the fields near my mother's hut. Free to swim in the clear stream. Please underline all the lines. That paragraph itself very important. See, I was not born with a hunger to be free. I was born free. Free in every way that I could know. Free to run in the fields near my mother's hut. Free to swim in the clear stream that ran through my village. Free to roast maize under the stars and ride the broad backs of slow-moving bulls. As long as I obeyed my father and abided by the customs of my tribe, I was not troubled by the laws of man or God. Excellent para, and not only that is very important. He tells that I was not born to be a hunger of a man of the freedom. I was born as a free man. I have the freedom to run all over the field. I have the freedom to stay in the hut. I have the freedom to swim in the pool. I have the freedom to pluck out the corn and make it a roast and have it. You have it not like that? Corn and corn you make it like that. You cook it now. After that you keep some chili powder, some salt, then a little lemon juice. After that, like that you have it now. Okay, that only he does. He used to do it. He used to have like that. There was no restriction of the freedom. And he tells that the bullock carts, when the bulls move, children know, when the bullock cart or something moves, that time they also run back of that. We know the children. He does like that. There was no restriction. Nobody prevented him. And he could swim, he could run, he could, then what is telling? He could swim, he could run, then he could run back of the bullock carts. He could maize. Maize means corn. Then he could make it fry and have it. Everything he could do. There was no restriction of the freedom. There is no law prevented him. The law of God or a man did not prevent him to do any of these activities. It was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion. Illusion means what? It was only mere feeling. Mere feeling. Very simple feeling. Okay. He understood that in the coming days, my whole thought was simply just an illusion. Not like that the truth. When I discovered as a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me, that I began to hunger for it. when I grew up, I understood that my freedom has been taken away. I am unable to do everything. When I was a child, I did not feel anything like that, but now I felt so. I feel hunger of it. At first, as a student, I wanted freedom only for myself, the transitory freedoms of being able to stay out at night, read what I pleased and go where I chose. Later, as a young man in Johannesburg, I yearned for the basic and honorable freedoms of achieving my potential, of earning my keep, of marrying and having a family, the freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life. When he was a young man, he did not think of his freedom, about his transitory freedom. He thought that what I read, it is possible now. If I want to walk outside in the night, it is possible. If I want to marry, okay, it was possible. No law restricted him to do it. He could do that. He was not much aware about the restriction of the freedom. But even though he understood, he has the restriction of enjoying the freedom there. Who understood? Nelson Mandela understood that. Okay. See, we can realize the points of what we studied today. Once again, he tells that a man has two obligations. Turn the mic on, that Rukmini and Kirtana.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, listen and answer me. There are two obligations to the human being. A man has two obligations. What are those, Rukmini?
It's the family, his wife, children, and another one is his nation, sir.
Okay, one obligation to his family. Next obligation to whom, Kirtana?
Next obligation is to his country and his
Very good.
nation.
Very good. This point you remember, should not forget it. There are two obligations as a man. He knows that one is to his family, one is to his nation. He tells that if anybody goes to serve his society, that person will be isolated. I told about genuine politicians. Right now, I told you now. So like that it is. They do not have the time. The next part is telling that he tells that I was not born with a hunger to be free. When he was born, he felt that or not about the lack of freedom. Rukmini?
Yes, sir.
When he was born, he was free, or he was in the bondage. Sujal Adavi? Sujal? Hello, Sujal?
Yes, sir.
A record is there. Tell me. I did not record. I am going to record hereafter. Offline video will be sent, so no problem. Tell me, when he was born, actually he was born to be free or not? That is my question.
Sir, I didn't get your question, sir.
Nelson Mandela, he tells that he was born with the hunger of freedom or not. When he was born, he was free or was he in bondage? It means he was free or not free. In the matter of freedom, I am telling.
Sir, not free, sir.
Not free. Is it right or not, Kirtana?
No, sir, he was free. He had freedom to run in the fields. He had freedom to
yes.
go to the pond and he had freedom
Okay.
to swim in the pool also,
Yes,
sir.
good. Remember that when he was born, he was free. He tells that when I was born, I was free. Why he tells like that? He tells that I could run in the field. I could swim in the pond. I could run back of the bullock cart. I could prepare the corn and have it. Every freedom was there. As a child, he did not understand that. Then when he understood that transitory freedom means the changing of that freedom, when he understood, and when he became a young man, right now, there the point we studied today, when we became a young man, he understood that his transitory freedom. But even though he could read the books, and he could marry, and he could, he has the freedom to go outside in the night, everything was there. These many points, you please remember, go to the next para, see. But then I slowly saw that not only was I not free, but my brothers and sisters were not free. I saw that I was not just my freedom that was curtailed. Curtailed means prevented, or you can underline the, it is there, reduced. Okay, but the freedom of everyone who looked like I did, that is when I joined the African National Congress, and that is when the hunger for my own freedom became the greater hunger for the freedom of my people. It was this desire for the freedom of my people to live their lives with dignity and self-respect that animated my life, that transformed a frightened young man into a bold one. Underline that, please. A frightened young man to a bold one. A frightened young man. That transformed me from the frightened young man to a bold one. Underline that. He tells that gradually I understood that not only I, my brother is there, my sister is there, they are also not at all getting the freedom. Who was called here like a brother and sister, you know? Not his own brother or not his own sister. He tells that the people of his country, they were also not at all celebrating the freedom there. They are not at all enjoying the freedom there. That movement, who could notice? Nelson Mandela could notice that. Then automatically that feeling started to raise in his mind to fight for the freedom. Thus he joined in the African National Congress. He joined there. Then automatically he became a fighter against the whites for the freedom. Okay, actually he only tells that he was a dareman. He was a coward, not a dareman. He was a coward from the coward. From the state of coward, he turned himself as a bold man. Okay. Understood or not that much? Understood or not? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Let's continue.
Yes, sir.
How he became a bold man, I tell you once again. He understood that in his country the people are not at all getting the freedom by seeing that he joined in the African National Congress. Okay, actually he is a coward, not dareman. From there, he joined in that African National Congress. From there, the movements, upcoming movements, that made him a dareman. Okay, now change from the cowardice to a bold one. Okay, see. That drove a law-abiding attorney. Attorney means law-abiding attorney. Please underline that sentence. Law-abiding attorney. That leads him to a law-abiding attorney. Attorney means advocate. That leads him to break the law and go ahead. So actually, an advocate should prevent the law of the nation, but he did not do that. He tells that Gandhiji raised that idea. Break the law. Remember or not? You studied it, I think. Okay, non-cooperation movement. That non-cooperation movement, here who did it? Nelson Mandela did that. With joining in the African National Congress, and he did that. Okay, see. Attorney to become a criminal. That turned a family-loving husband into a man without a home. Then he gradually turned as a criminal. Who? Nelson Mandela. Then automatically will be jailed. Then wife is not there, father is not there, mother is not there, nobody is there. Then there is no home. That forced a life-loving man to live like a monk. That forced me to live like a monk, sannyasi. Understood or not? Monk. How a monk lives? Somewhere alone. Nobody should with him. Okay, nobody should with him. So, like that, a life he has led it. See, I am no more virtuous or self-sacrificing than the next man, but I found that I could not even enjoy the poor and limited freedoms I was allowed when I knew my people were not free. I tell that not only I suffered it. Everybody is like that. Joined with me, everybody. But I want to tell you, whenever I get to the freedom, I could not enjoy much because my brother is in the bondage. Bondage means chain. As my brother is in the bondage, I could not enjoy my freedom. Then I could not enjoy that. He said it. Okay, see. Freedom indivisible. He chains any one of my people were the chains on all of them. The chain on all of my people were the chains on me. I could feel, I could see that one person was on my chain. That chain is going to the next one, connecting to him. Actually, no chain is there. You don't think like that. What is he telling that chain? Freedom is not there. Bondage, restrictions. That restrictions he called as chain. That is connected to one by one in South Africa, all over the persons. Understood or not? That bondage has come to me. Now I am also in the bondage. Okay, that is only he is telling. So I could not enjoy the freedom whenever I get. I knew that the oppressor must be liberated just as surely as the oppressed. Please underline that line also. A man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred. He is locked behind the bars of prejudice and narrow-mindedness. I am not truly free if I am taking away someone else's freedom, just as surely as I am not free when my freedom is taken from me. The oppressed and the oppressor, or the oppressed and the oppressor alike, are robbed of their humanity. That paragraph fully underlined and by heart. That last paragraph fully underlined and by heart. He tells that the oppressor, you don't think that when you put me in the jail, you are free. Who tells? Nelson Mandela. When you put me in the jail, you remember that. You are also in the jail in the bar of the hatredness. I hate you. That hatredness is there. That is indivisible. That is invisible. We cannot see that jail. We also made a jail for you. What is that jail? That jail is called hatredness. You are in the jail of that. Understood or not what I am telling? Understood or not? It is actually literature. He tells that literally he is telling. He tells that when you put me in the jail, you think that you are free, only I am in the jail. But you must know, not only I am in the jail, but also you are also in the jail of my hatredness. I hate you. In that jail you are. Okay. Then you think that when you oppress me, oppress means who oppressor and oppressed. Oppressed is South Africans here. Oppressor, white. They are dominant. Understood or not? When you oppress us, you think that you are also not free. You are also oppressed. We are the oppressors in the mind of hatredness to you. You remember it, please. Good idea now? Excellent idea. Who is telling? Nelson Mandela. He is the president. He was the president of South Africa. Okay, I hope you all understood. Read the chapter. Number of times the chapter is completed now? Yes, it is completed. That chapter has been completed. You must do one thing. Read it number of times. It is one of the important chapters in our syllabus. I hope that you will be asked a number of questions from this chapter. You must read it at least thrice. Today only. Okay. All good points you underline that and study. Anyway, if you have any doubt, you can WhatsApp me, you can text me. Definitely you will be answered. Okay, come on 9. Come on 9. It's quitting time. I'm quitting.